Well, hello, guys. It's been a while since we have had a new episode of Let's Discuss. But as we are now getting into the election season, I just had to reinstitute my little daily talking points. Um, there's so much, you look at social media, there is so much visceral commentary by both the left and the right that it seems like nobody is actually discussing where we are as a country, what the real topics are, what the real issues are. Um, and I would like to start doing that. I hope that you all will join me in expressing your opinions, allowing us to actually discuss some things. I, again, loved seeing all the feedback from the previous videos that we did. I think that uh, I, I think it's vitally important that we express our opinions. Um, does not mean that we're going to agree on everything, but if we're to truly understand one another and to work together for a more perfect union, as it states in our preamble of the Constitution, we have to listen to one another and not throw sticks and throw rocks. As I've told you all before, I am not a Democrat. I am not a Republican. I am a conservative. I am a constitutionalist. I believe very much in the freedoms that this country aspires to present to people. I believe that we can and should be that beacon, that light on the hill that's been referenced in the past. And sometimes we really are. And sometimes we get drug in the mud and we're not. And maybe we can start here by discussing our differences and hopefully um, getting people to understand where others are coming from. So don't just listen to me, look at the comments, respond to the comments. I'm going to ask everyone that they participate in an open-minded way, that they express their opinions, but this is not a place to trash our opponents. We, as I used to tell my children when they were growing up, the minute that you start calling names, the minute that you start throwing mud at people that you disagree with, you've lost the argument. Because if you cannot back up your argument with facts, if you cannot back up your argument with um, with truthful commentary that doesn't include eviscerating your opponent, then with, with with things that have nothing to do with the facts, um, then you've lost the argument. And quite frankly, if if that's the way you want to participate, this isn't the place for you. This is a place for you to express your opinions, uh, to help other people understand. Okay, it's not about talking about the orange man. It's not talking about um, you know other um, irrelevant life choices that the other candidate has made that I wouldn't agree with. But at the same time, those that live in glass houses can't throw stones. So here's what I would like to bring up. for our very first little discussion. Would love to get your feedback on it because there are some statements in the preamble of the Constitution that tend to be the basis for the way people feel about the way the country should be run. I'm going to read the preamble to you and then point out a couple of things, and I'd like to get your opinions on them. And the preamble goes like this: We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our prosperity, to ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Obviously, establishing a justice system that is fair for everyone, I think we all can agree on, left or right. I don't understand or would love to get feedback on why the justice system should um, prosecute one train of thought or group or ethnicity or background more than it does anyone else. Justice is supposed to be blind. Um, and I'd like to think that we can all agree on that. If you don't agree with that, would love to have your educated opinion on it. Promote the general welfare. This is one that I think we have a very differing point of view on, and again, would love to get your feedback. As a conservative, I believe the general welfare um, has to do with, that common defense and a fair justice system. But I also believe that it is establishing a country that um, promotes meritocracy, that promotes if you work hard and if you do the right things, you should be able to get those rewards. You should be rewarded for the good things that you do. You should be rewarded for the good work that you do. And you should have the right to live your life the way that you wish to lead your life. Um, where I stand on that again is that I should be able to practice my faith the way I want to practice my faith. I should be able to live my life where and how I want to lead my life. I should be able to bring my children up the way that I want to bring my children up. I should be able to treat others the way that I wish for them to treat me. And the choices that I make, if they don't infringe on your rights to lead your life the way that you want to lead it, then I then I should be able to do those things that I want to do. The day that I do something that infringes on your rights, then that's a problem. I shouldn't have the right to do that, nor should you have the right to infringe on me or my family either. Um, and liberty, again, it goes to something that I just said. Each one of us has, in my reading of the Constitution, liberty to lead our lives, our own lives, without being dictated to. Remember, this Constitution was written by a group of men that were under the thumb of a dictatorial monarch. And they wanted to establish a government that was for the people and of the people and by the people, not a government that was dictatorial, not a government that um, controlled, how you live your life, but a government that was there to support a fair structure, that everyone be treated fairly. By the way, I think we can all agree that in 1776, even though they put forth this Constitution, what, 12 years later, 14 years later, people were not all treated fairly. And I think that you would be foolish to take the argument, but I would love to hear it, as to how all people in the United States were treated fairly in 1789 when the Constitution was ratified, um, or thereabouts. Um, I think that we've come a very long way as a country in treating people fairly. Are there still prejudices out there? Absolutely. I am and this may not sound like prejudice to some of you who I know have been treated far worse than I've ever been treated, but I grew up in the South. I grew up in the South, and I am a practicing Catholic. And I can't tell you the number of times that friends and former family members made very derogatory comments about me. Now, is that the same thing as some of the just horrible, horrible things that have been said and done and enacted against the black community? Absolutely not. I'm not comparing the two. What I am comparing is prejudice. Prejudice was there in 1776. Prejudice was there in 1876. Unfortunately, it was there in 1976 and it's there today. People have to get past the hate. They have to get past the unreasonable um, measurement of somebody else's character simply because of their belief systems or the color of their skin or their ethnic background. We've got to get past that because we have to abide by that preamble that says we are a country of liberty. We are a country of justice. Have you guys really thought about that lately? Or have you, like so many others, and I catch myself doing it too, so I have to be careful, do we fall into this trap that our side is only good and their side is only bad instead of actually discussing the topics? Because I will tell you right now, there's a whole lot of people that don't experience liberty out there today. They don't experience it because the government dictates what they can and cannot do, what car they can drive, um, how they can work, where they can work. Um, it is it is not what our stated objectives are as a country. And those are the things that we should be talking about, not what Kamala Harris wore back in the 90s and not the spray tan uh, Trump has today. Who cares? Who cares? Because there are people that are hurting today. They don't have financial liberty because of the things the government has done. Those are the things we need to talk about. So give me your opinion about your liberty. Give me your opinion about the preamble. Give me your opinions about social welfare and the common defense. Give me your opinions about our justice system. Let's talk about them. And more importantly, let's talk about who we vote for that are going to make the preamble of our Constitution an actual effective statement. Because I think no matter which side of the aisle you're on, we can all agree That's not what's happening today. Make your comments. Let's discuss them tomorrow. I look forward to it. Have a fabulous evening. And if you're in the Midwest, try to stay cool. Have a great day.